Hello and welcome to another video from Chronicle Chamber. Today we are doing a, for those who came in late, video on the 22nd Phantom Saga. It has been 3 years since the Australian publisher Frew printed the last of the 22nd Phantom series in their comic. So far, Frew has printed 7 stories from the series. Egmont is ahead and has printed 4 more stories, which is likely what Frew readers will get in the year 2023. We chatted with the Fantomen editors in Expand the Phantom podcast, episode 243, and while there are no new parts planned or being worked on at this stage, if you would like to see more, leave a comment and contact them. For those who have come in late or just forgotten, we will go over what has happened in the past 7 stories. Mikael, who will also join us, will then tease what we can expect in the next 4 parts without giving anything away. In story 1, titled The Empty Throne, we are presented with an empty skull throne. The 21st Phantom is missing, with Hero and Devil, and the twins are not talking to each other. Garan is worried, and Benguela is wrecked and laid in ruins. General Barbubu is back and is now president over a crumbling Morristown. In story 2, titled Baptism of Fire, we find Hero, but still no Devil or the 21st Phantom. And the twins start to work together, including behaving more like the Phantom. Related in the story, the Jungle Patrol are off investigating some missing archaeologists. In story 3, titled The Man in the Shadows, it gets worse. Old Man Moz has lost his vision and Colonel Warubu is kidnapped. Heloise and Kit work together to both be at the Phantom at the same time. Heloise fights Labunga, who has more lives than a cat, while Kit fights some unruly jungle tribesmen. In story 4, Shadows over Singtown, we are reintroduced to Sandal Singh, leader of Singtown, which is the old Bengalan city called Sanlol, which is spelled Sanloi. We also see Diana for the first time in this saga, who is battling her own battles in the UN. We learn while the Phantom and Diana are separated as she learns of Nadia, who may be the Phantom's son. In story 5, titled In the Shadow of the Enemy, Kit visits Singtown to follow up a lead on his dad. Heloise visits Morristown after a visit from Old Man Moz. We are also introduced to Sarah Cartwright and Luaga, who are battling against gangs to keep their doctor's practice functioning. In story 6, titled A Gauntlet with Death, Kit falls into a sin trap and meets Sandal and has to go through an epic Lee Falk style fighting test, which he meets that would make the 21st Phantom happy. Now, eagle-eyed fans will recognise some of the elements from this test from the Lee Falk classic story, Raven's Game. Diana makes her way into Benguela and meets with Sarah and Luaga after quitting or being stood down from the UN. In story 7, titled A Family Affair, Kit rescues Sandal from a Sing revolution with help from Jasmine. Now, could there be a future romantic angle here? And Heloise, with help from Sarah, Diana and Luaga, get out from General Barbubu's grasp. Now, Diana is now reunited with her kids after a long period. We also see at the end of the story that the Vultures are somehow involved. We will properly review each news story in our Comics and News podcast, which starting in Frew 1940. However, Mikael, who is our Fantomen correspondent, will now tease for us what we can expect in the next 4 stories. Thank you, Mikael.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we will continue to see internal struggles between evil forces who will try to take over and rule Bangala. Moss also gets the vision of worse things to come, and at the end of the story 8, which is in Frew 1940, we will see 2 big shocks, including a death. And this is the cover we got in Sweden after that story. And you see the grave opening up, and yeah, I think it's a hard cover. After that, the twins also go to the States, while Diana stays and fights in Bangala, and then they switch places. And then there's a new bad guy introduced that I really enjoy in the last 2 parts of the arc. And the one thing I don't like with this is that it ends very unconcluded and screams for more parts. And will we see them? Maybe, but it will require us fans to communicate with Fantomen and Frew that we want to see more of this. Who is excited? Thanks for me and happy Fantoming.